Alright, so let's talk about money. For the longest time, money was something you could hold. Coins, paper bills, you could feel it, see it, and maybe even smell it. But now, things are changing, and they're changing fast. We're moving into an age of digital money, also known as cryptocurrency. Think of it like the money you use in a video game, but for the real world. You can't physically touch it, but it has real value, and you can use it to buy things. This new kind of money is built on a technology called blockchain, which is like a super secure public digital notebook that everyone can see but no one can change. It's a huge shift in how we think about our finances. Now in this exciting and sometimes confusing world of digital currencies, you have a lot of different players. There's Bitcoin, which is the big one everyone knows. Then you have thousands of others, each trying to do something a little different, a little better. One of these is the Pi network, which has been getting a lot of attention because it lets you mine or earn its currency, called Pi, right from your smartphone. But just creating a new digital coin isn't enough to succeed. To really make an impact, these new currencies need to be useful. They need people to accept them as payment. This is where alliances or team-ups become incredibly important. So what exactly is this GCV International Alliance? Let's break it down into simple terms. GCV stands for Global Consensus Value. Global, worldwide. Consensus, general agreement. Value, how much something is worth. Put together, an agreement among people and businesses worldwide about what one Pi coin should be worth. A collective decision to treat Pi as if it has a specific, stable price before the open market. This alliance is not an official company or government. It's a grassroots movement. Thousands of Pi network users, pioneers, small business owners, large business owners, from different countries, people who believe in Pi's future and want it to succeed. They formed a community with a shared goal: establish a high, stable value for Pi. They organize online, they share information, they encourage merchants to accept Pi at the GCV price. Core idea: solve the chicken and egg problem for new currencies. A currency needs stable value for businesses to accept it, but it only gains stable value if businesses already use it. GCV tries to skip that phase by creating an artificial economy. They propose a value. For example, $314,159 per Pi coin. That number plays on the constant Pi, then they act as if that's the real price. Now, you might be wondering how the GCV International Alliance and the official Pi network team are connected. This is a really important point to understand. The GCV Alliance is not officially created or run by the Pi network's core team, the group of Stanford graduates who started the project. Instead, the GCV is a community-driven initiative that grew organically from the user base. It's a movement of the people, for the people. The Pi core team has a very specific roadmap, focusing on developing the technology, ensuring security, and getting as many people as possible through the identity verification process known as KYC, or Know Your Customer. The Pi core team's main job is to build the car, to make sure the engine runs, the wheels are on tight, and it's safe to drive. The GCV Alliance, on the other hand, is like a massive group of enthusiastic drivers who are planning the road trip. They are building the network of gas stations, restaurants, and hotels that will accept the car as a form of payment once it's officially on the road. So, while they are not formally linked, their goals are deeply aligned. The GCV needs the Pi network's technology to work, and the Pi network benefits immensely if the GCV successfully creates a ready-made economy for the Pi coin. This relationship can be a little confusing, and it's a source of a lot of debate within the Pi community. The Pi core team has maintained a somewhat neutral stance publicly. They haven't officially endorsed the high value proposed by the GCV. Alright, let's get to the latest update and what it all means. The recent buzz revolves around the Pi network's progress towards something called the Open Mainnet. Right now, the Pi network is in an enclosed mainnet period. This is a crucial phase. Think of it as a test drive in a controlled environment. During this time, pioneers who have passed their KYC identity check can actually use their mined Pi coins. They can send Pi to other verified users, they can use Pi to buy goods and services from Pi businesses. The enclosed mainnet has one very important rule: no connections to the outside world. You cannot exchange your Pi for dollars, you cannot exchange your Pi for euros, you cannot exchange your Pi for other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. The Pi coin is locked inside its own digital world. The core team is focused on scaling up this phase. They are getting millions more users through KYC. They are developing infrastructure for more apps and merchants. The GCV Alliance is building the business side inside the enclosed world. The update is not one announcement but a series of steps pushing toward Open Mainnet. The core team released new developer tools for Pi apps. Pi apps run on Pi and use Pi for transactions. To make this all crystal clear, let's use an everyday example. Imagine you and your friends are part of a huge neighborhood club with millions of members all over the world. The club decides to create its own special currency. Let's call them club vouchers. You can earn these vouchers every day just by checking in on the club's app. This is like mining Pi on your phone. For a few years, you just collect these vouchers. They pile up in your app, but you can't actually do anything with them yet. They have potential but no real-world use. Now, the club announces a new phase. They open a special members-only marketplace. This is like the Pi enclosed mainnet. In this marketplace, some members who own businesses can set up a stall, local coffee shop owner, custom t-shirt maker. However, the club hasn't set an official exchange rate for the vouchers to dollars. This creates confusion. Is one voucher worth 10 cents or $10? This is where a group like the GCV comes in. A large group of influential club members gets together and says, let's all agree that one club voucher is worth $100. When you look at Pi Network, it's easy to lump it in with other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but its approach is fundamentally different. Let's start with how they are created. To mine Bitcoin, you need incredibly powerful specialized computers that use a massive amount of electricity. It's a competitive, energy-intensive process that is out of reach for the average person. This has led to mining being dominated by large corporations and wealthy individuals. It's not very decentralized or accessible. Side-by-side comparison chart, Bitcoin versus Pi. Watch the differences. Bitcoin high energy use, Bitcoin complex mining, Bitcoin price volatility, Pi low energy use, Pi easy smartphone mining, Pi focus on stable value. Pi Network was designed from the ground up to be accessible to everyone. All you need is a smartphone. The Pi app's mining doesn't run heavy calculations on your phone. It's mainly a distribution and identity mechanism. Tap a button once a day to prove you're human. Then the system allocates Pi coins to your account. This uses the Stellar Consensus Protocol, a low-energy approach that enables wider, fairer distribution to millions globally. So, why should you, the average person, care about any of this? The most significant benefit is the potential for financial inclusion. For many people around the world, traditional banking is expensive or inaccessible. Cryptocurrencies promise to change that, but the technical complexity and high cost of entry for currencies like Bitcoin created new barriers. Pi Network, with its simple smartphone-based approach, has already brought millions of people into the world of digital currency who might have otherwise been left out. This update, pushing toward a usable currency, is the next step in that journey. If you are one of the millions of pioneers who have been patiently mining Pi on your phone, this update is a sign that your time and engagement might soon pay off. The growing ecosystem within the enclosed mainnet means your digital coins are becoming more than just numbers on a screen. They are becoming a medium of exchange you can use to buy real things. The GCV Alliance, by promoting a high consensus value, offers an optimistic vision where the Pi you've accumulated could have significant purchasing power. This transforms the Pi app from a simple daily check-in to a potential gateway to a new kind of digital economy. For small business owners, this development presents a fascinating new opportunity. By joining the Pi ecosystem and accepting Pi as payment, they can tap into a massive global customer base of millions of engaged pioneers. During the enclosed mainnet period, it's a way to generate sales and build customer loyalty within a closed loop. If the GCV's vision of a high and stable value holds, merchants could potentially be trading everyday goods and services for a digital asset that could be worth a lot in the future. It's a low-risk way to step into the future of digital commerce. Now, it's my job to give you the full picture, and that means we have to talk about the risks. It's crucial to approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism. The biggest risk is that the proposed GCV price of $314,159 per Pi is incredibly ambitious and may not be sustainable once the open mainnet launches. This value is currently supported only by the belief of the community within a closed system. When Pi is exposed to the broader market, with its billions of dollars and professional traders, the price could be subject to immense downward pressure. If early holders decide to sell their Pi for even a fraction of the GCV price, it could trigger a massive sell-off. Another significant risk is regulatory uncertainty. The world of cryptocurrency is still a new frontier for governments and financial regulators. A project as large and ambitious as Pi Network, with millions of users globally, is bound to attract scrutiny, depending on how Pi is classified, as a currency, a security, or something else. So, let's wrap all of this up and get to the bottom line. The Pi Network is a unique cryptocurrency project aiming to create a widely distributed and easy-to-use digital currency. Unlike Bitcoin, it uses an energy-efficient method that allows anyone with a smartphone to participate. The project is currently in a critical phase called the enclosed mainnet, where users can spend their PI coins within a closed ecosystem apps merchants, but cannot yet trade them on the open market. This is a deliberate strategy to build real utility before facing market speculation. The GCV International Alliance is a powerful, community-driven movement that has emerged from the PI user base. Their goal is to establish a high and stable global consensus value for the Pi coin, $314,159. They are doing this by encouraging businesses within the PI ecosystem to trade goods and services at this agreed-upon rate. This alliance, while not officially part of the Pi core team, is working in parallel to create a strong pre-built economy for Pi, which could give it a massive advantage if successful. The latest updates are all about pushing forward toward the open mainnet by expanding the enclosed economy. Final slide: Pi Network and GCV, the truth behind the latest alliance.